Welcome back to Good Day. So we all certainly enjoy having a decent place to live, and many of us have put sweat equity into our homes, and there's an organization that actually organizes sweat equity, rewarding those who work with their own home. Michael McIntire and Mike Mock join us from Maumee Valley Habitat for Humanity and how you can help with their mission just by listening to some tunes. So Mike and Mike, thanks so much for joining this morning. That's not confusing at all.
Not at all. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning. So a really good cause. This is the first time for this event. So Mike, just tell us, what is this all about?
Well, about 9 months ago, I got together with a good friend of mine, Brad Binkley, who happens to be the father-in-law of Chris Shutters, who's been on the show quite a bit. We wanted to do something with Chris with an acoustic concert, but it was tough to get a lot of enthusiasm in terms of the size and scope of that show. So I suggested that I get Paul Thorne from Tupelo, Mississippi, to come up and do a show, and Paul was and his people were more than happy to do it, particularly knowing that it was going to be for Habitat. So the start was getting those two musicians and the Maumee Theater and getting a date set. We were able to work it out last spring, and today's the day.
Yeah, awesome. So Habitat for Humanity, we all know what you guys do. So how special is it to have an event like this?
Well, it's really great. I mean, personally, I love music. Most of the people at Habitat do as well, but this would be a great event to shine the light on what we're doing here in Lucas County in Northwest Ohio with affordable housing. And you know, part of this, Stephen, is to also kind of pay tribute to Dick Anderson and Sam Ehrman, who were great supporters of Maumee Valley Habitat for Humanity. They shined a light on the importance of, you know, workforce housing. We know how housing prices are continuing to escalate, so it'll be great to not only kind of share what we're doing in the county with regard to, you know, building a pathway to home ownership for folks, helping people with their housing needs, but really pay tribute to Dick and to Sam, who were just so pivotal for housing in the community and supportive of Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah, talk to us a little bit about Dick and Sam. So you two said, hey, we want to dedicate this to those two. Tell us why are they so special?
Yeah. Well, sure. Well, the Anderson family and the Andersons Corporation have always been huge supporters of community organizations. Maumee Valley Habitat was one of Dick and Sam's favorite. Dick and Sam, if you don't know, they were like childhood friends that grew up together and just really grew that organization. And Sam, for example, he worked on 40 different houses with Habitat for Humanity. He was responsible one time for making sure that we built 7 houses in 7 days for Habitat families, and then they bought it with a zero-interest loan. And Sam just set that all up. That was incredible. Yeah. And Dick's always been very supportive as well, so it seems very fitting.
Yeah, thanks. I spent 36 years with the Andersons and knew those gentlemen for over 50 years. And along with Dick's older brother, John, I certainly owed a debt of gratitude to those 3 gentlemen and to their families. So this just really checks off a lot of boxes for me personally in terms of having a great event for a great cause and a tribute to some really wonderful people.
Yeah, it absolutely is for a great cause. And Mike, just talk to us a bit about what will people experience when they come out tonight?
Yeah, that's a good. They're going to meet 2 new friends. Chris is wonderful in this kind of acoustic setting. He hasn't done this in front of a crowd of this size. We'll be somewhere between 400, 500 people in attendance. Paul's a regular at this. He's very engaging. Both these gentlemen are wonderful storytellers. Paul is an incredibly gifted songwriter, and Chris is as well. We're going to focus on that tonight. So people are going to enjoy it. It's acoustic, so it's not going to be blaring music. They can relax. They're going to laugh some. Some of the ladies might want to have a tissue or two, because there'll be some poignant moments too. But it's a wonderful thing, and again, I know it's a Thursday night, but we want people to come out and enjoy it, and we'll do our very best to get them home early. The one concern that Mike and I both share is that Maumee's kind of a mess in terms of traffic, so get there early. The doors open at 6. The concert will start shortly after 7, but parking is going to be at a premium.
Yeah, so get there early, and partying on a school night. Right, on Thursday night. You guys are risking it tonight. Well, so talk to us a bit about Paul Thorne and his music. Yeah. So he's from Tupelo, Mississippi. I lived in Mississippi for about 4.5 years. The blues is huge, country music. Are we getting a combination of the both?
It's all that. Mike likes to use the term Americana, and I think that's fair. Now, you'll notice on my shirt that Paul gave me, he mentioned Sao Paulo. That's a song that was actually courtesy of an interview he saw with James Brown, of all people. Oh, so wow. It's it's you know, he does some country. He's had songs that people like Billy Ray Cyrus, Hank Williams Jr. have recorded, Sawyer Brown. So, but I really don't think either of these gentlemen you can put into a box. They're both very, very versatile, and I think that's part of their charm as well.
Yeah, and like you said, you'll be able to just sit back, relax, and take the music in. So that's going to be really good. Talk to us about the event tonight. Are there tickets still available? Is this sold out? What are you guys seeing?
It's not quite sold out yet. Yeah, you can buy tickets at the door. You can buy tickets at MaumeeIndoor.com as well, or you can go to mvhabitat.org and buy your seats that way. But they're only $20, so it's very accessible, and there's a lot of free parking in Maumee, so people can make it happen. There will be a couple bars set up. We know that Dale's has brought up an auxiliary bar for people who want to have a cold one while they watch these great entertainers, so that's available. And we'll be talking a little bit about Habitat. There's a couple raffle baskets that we're auctioning off, but really from the Habitat perspective, we just really want to enjoy the show, and we think it's great to be able to bridge, you know, not only these great singer-songwriters, Habitat, the Andersons' past commitment to Habitat as well, and just kind of bring it all together. But we like to see people show up and have a line at the door.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah, oh yeah, I think so.
And the parking situation will get a little messy, so you're right. Get there early. I love that Dale's is going to be there as well. Afterwards, they can just walk over and grab some wings right there. So yeah, that'll be good. So Mike, just speak a little bit more about how this will directly help Habitat for Humanity.
Great. Well, building houses is very expensive right now, so it's going to help because there'll be additional funds for that, and creating awareness for not only our home ownership program, but also the other things we do for home preservation. Right now, Maumee Valley Habitat is really focused on neighborhood revitalization, so doing roof replacement, doing other home repairs for families around the central city of Toledo. So that's where a lot of our work is being done right now. So that just gives us a boost, additional funds and awareness to do more of that and help people kind of get a hand up with their housing.
Yeah, and a lot of times people think that, correct me if I'm wrong, that Habitat for Humanity, people think that it's just a free home, but you all are helping people get to that path of home ownership.
Yeah,
correct?
Absolutely. It's kind of a long path too. It's a path of probably 17 or 18 months before you complete the education program we offer, a lot of budgeting and planning there, but then also they've got all future homeowners put in 250 hours of sweat equity. But really the key that I think people need to hear is we're not giving that home away. What we are giving is a 0% interest loan to make it affordable. We make sure that they can afford the loan that they're getting for their home, but they're buying that with payments every month, and every month with 0% interest, they're creating equity in the home. So that's what this program, that's what the legacy of the Andersons in the program really highlights. And Sam and Dick were always so favorable with our program because it's a hand up and not a handout, and they really like that, and the hands-on of a community helping other families is so important, and they really embrace that.
Yeah, love that. Also what you guys are doing, some awesome music will be in Maumee tonight. Mike and Mike, we appreciate you coming this morning. Maybe we'll get these two to start a law firm soon.